The most influential statistics-based look at simulation theory was a 2003 article by Oxford professor Nick Bostrom. It was titled, "Are You Living in a Computer Simulation?"
Well, I was at the time a kind of postdoctoral fellow at Yale University. The ideas in some vague form had been with me for quite some time that amounted to something more than just an idle speculation. And so I wrote that up and published that in Philosophical Quarterly. And it immediately evoked a huge amount of interest, and has continued to be a huge amount of interest. It seems to come in waves every year or two. Some new set of people discover it for the first time. So I make a distinction between the simulation hypothesis, which is the hypothesis that we are literally in a computer simulation engineered by some advanced civilization, and the simulation argument. It uses some simple probability theory, but the basic idea can be quite easily grasped, which is that at least one of three propositions is true. The first alternative is that most all civilizations at our current stage of technological development go extinct before they reach technological maturity. The second alternative is that there is a very strong convergence among virtually all technologically mature civilizations, in that they all lose interest in creating simulations of this kind. They all lose interest in creating answers to simulations. And the third alternative is the simulation hypothesis, that we are almost certainly in a computer simulation. So if you reject these first two propositions, it follows that almost all people with our kinds of experience are simulated. And then, conditional on that being the case, I argue, we should think we are probably one of the simulated ones rather than one of the non-simulated